The first week of starting something new, whether it's focusing on eating healthier, wanting to get them gains, learning a new instrument, learning a new language, or wanting to better yourself. Everything goes according to plan, you tick all the boxes off. Well, almost. Hello, and welcome to week 1 of my weight loss and self-improvement series. A journey in which I'm focusing on long-term change, ideally with small steps that accumulate over time. I'm Layla, and I do not want to be fat anymore. And I want to change my life around for the better. In my previous video, I formulated a couple of strategies for this week, and I will show and tell how they went. So what went good, what could be improved, and what really did not work. I will also show my current weight, what my strategies are for the upcoming week, and some other things that happened this week. Let's go over them. Before I go over them, I forgot to mention that I made strategies for 4 different categories, which are mainly based on the 4 pillars of health, and they are food, movement, habit building and behavior change, and mental health and sleep. Now let's get over the first strategy, which is eating between 1400 and 1900 calories a day. I did not find this one too difficult, to be honest. There was one day that I struggled to stay within my calorie budget, which was on Wednesday. I was eating little bits and pieces throughout the whole day, which I'm not used to anymore, and I did not log them immediately. So when I was sitting down for dinner and I remembered to log my food, I put everything in and realized that I was almost at the 1900 calorie mark, so I couldn't finish my dinner, which was a very weird feeling, and I was feeling quite stupid. So the next day I was kind of afraid to exceed the calorie budget, and that's because of the previous day and the fact that I had to eat outside because I wouldn't be at home in time to eat because of my intermittent fasting. And when I eat at a place, I tend to order a calorie dense meal, which results into overeating. So this is the so-called dinner that I had that day. Yeah, that was not really dinner worthy. It tasted good though, and it was kind of healthy in my opinion, but that was just not dinner worthy at all. It was more of a lunch, but hey. Here are some other things that I ate throughout this week. The second one is eating vegetables with every meal. Now I included this one in my strategies because I tend to forget to eat my vegetables, which I find quite unfortunate since they have a variety of nutritional benefits. This one wasn't too difficult either, though I had to actively remind myself that I had to have vegetables with my dinner, since I tend to forget them. The third strategy, which falls under the category of movement, is walk 8,000 steps a day. I had mindful walks every day this week, which I haven't done so consistently in a while. There were 2 days that I was not very active throughout the day, so I had to push myself to go for a walk so I could get my steps in. I liked it, especially if the sky is beautiful and when I see sheeps. The fourth strategy falls under the category of habit building and behavior change, and it is treating the choices that I make in a day as votes casted for or against me. If you read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, then this might sound familiar to you. This is a method that can help you to become the person that you want to be. It is building evidence that you're working towards that, and it shows you how you are improving and makes you more mindful of the choices that you make. I tried this method for the first time and I like it. Maybe it's because I had more votes casted for me than against me this week. It is also week 1, so I'm in a honeymoon phase where everything goes right, everything goes to plan, motivated, determined, and having a good time. The fifth strategy is journal every day, and this one is both for the category of habit building and behavior change and mental health and sleep. I have used only my morning journal this week, which is this thing. A good friend of mine gifted me this, which I'm very grateful for. It has a couple of questions that you fill in, and it will set you up for the entire day. At least for me, it set me up for the entire day. This is the first time that I've used the morning journal consistently, and I've noticed that it sets a tone for the rest of the day in a positive direction, and my mornings did not feel sluggish. The sixth strategy, which falls under the category of mental health and sleep, is writing down my gratitudes. Now, I express my gratitudes every day, whether I'm thinking them or just expressing them, and I wanted to see if that might change something. In my morning journal, there is a little section that asks what are 3 things that I am grateful for. So I fill that in every day. And I have noticed that I came up with different things to be grateful for than I usually am, because I did not want it to repeat myself every day, and I did not want it to be too general, so I was more focusing on little and detailed things to be grateful for. So it does work to write my gratitudes down and have a change in how I think about them. The last strategy, be in bed by 10 p.m. This is the one that I struggled with. I missed the mark 2 days. One day by literally 5 minutes. On Saturday, I had the intention to go to bed at 10 p.m. but then somebody needed my help, and of course I got back home after 10 p.m. Something that I've noticed when I was in bed is that I got distracted by my phone, resulting in sleeping late. So me being in bed by 10 p.m. just really didn't do anything, because I would eventually sleep late anyways. Doom scrolling is... Some additional things to mention that happened this week. I kept to all my ground rules. These are, by the way, my ground rules. My heart rate in rest has dropped significantly from 69 BPM to 62 BPM, which I quite like. I do feel and notice that my body is more restful. Normally you have restless, and the opposite of restless, restful, I think. It's feeling good. And finally, I was getting excited about little things like the sky and beautiful clouds, and finally being able to eat my favorite fruit in the entire world, golden raspberries. Now let's see what the scale has to tell us. Oh, yes. I lost 1.7 kilos, and I was very excited about that. I did expect to lose some weight, but I did not expect to lose that much already, so I was pleasantly surprised. Now again, this is the first week where everything goes great and is all dandy and stuff, so... but still pleasantly surprised. Needless to say that I am happy with how things went this week. Most things went good. There was not really a bad, and of course, most certainly there was a to be improved, especially with going to bed and being distracted by my phone. So based on this week, I formulated a couple of strategies for the upcoming week. For the category of food, we have, again, eat between 1400 and 1900 calories a day. Eat vegetables with every meal, eating at least 250 grams every day. And eat 20 grams of fiber every day. For the category of movement, walking 8,500 steps a day. Category habit building and behavior change, do my morning journal every day, and again treat the choices that I make in a day as votes casted for or against me. And finally, category mental health and sleep, brain dump journaling, so freestyle journaling, listen or read other people's gratitudes every day, and be in bed by 10 p.m. with the internet turned off on my phone. I am quite optimistic, which I maybe should not be. I don't want to make any assumptions, they are deadly, but let's do this. I will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching.